Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Fierce Street review. I am solo, but I'm enjoying Tribeca Film Fest, so it's a great time. I'm here to talk about Employee of the Month right here, right now. It made its debut at Tribeca, and it's a little fun horror comedy situation with some women. So, let's hear it for the girls. There's going to be some spoilers probably because we're unscripted and I have a big mouth. So if you would like to rent this on the Tribeca at Home situation, or just bookmark this until you can see it by some other means, because I don't know your life, that is your right. However, I did warn you there might be some spoilers, so don't come looking for me if you hear too many things. So our synopsis for this fun movie is Inez is a diligent worker at Eco Clean Pro, a company that sells cleaning products. She's reliable and eager to please and is always at the beck and call of her boss, Patrick. However, while Inez treats her work seriously, her male coworkers and her boss, Patrick, constantly belittle her, ordering her to do menial tasks. One task that they've recently given her is mentoring a young trainee by the name of Melody, who is sarcastic, closed off, and their partnership leads to an accidental death, which leads to a killing spree. And that's where all the joy and humor come from. Yay. Into it, get into it. This is kind of a farce. It's kind of a farce, which I love because I don't get to see a lot of French humor. That's not something that comes across my inbox a lot, sadly. Um, it's very much a dark comedy, and it's kind of a throwback to the pre 2000s wild comedies that most of us associate with BBC, like the Father Teds and those sort of things. Um, but it's heightened and it's a little bit smarter and more of its time because some of those are a little bit cringy as we know now because it's hard to watch them and go, oh no, this is what was on. Uh, it's some of the darkest comedy, and I live as a dark comedy girl myself. Um, I love Enos and Melody's relationship. We don't get a lot of women in these sort of roles, and so that right there makes me want to love this off the bat. I also love that this movie hinges on all of the men just underestimating and ignoring women. Like if they ever listen to the women who are trying to tell them anything, the movie wouldn't happen. None of the events would happen, and the ending would be completely different. I also like that we didn't leave the side story about sexual assault just out in the universe, like a lot of films do. They give you that, and then they just let it go and hang out. And I'm like, no, we need to resolve that always. I think that the way this one handles it, for me anyways, was kind of my favorite moment because it forces Enos to have a realization. And it's a realization that a lot of us didn't get until later in life, probably closer to her age, to be honest. And so I think that that is my favorite part of this movie, even though it's not like the comedy and the killing that a lot of people are probably wanting more of. I think that was a very honest moment of acting between the two of them. And yeah, I was here for it. Another weird nugget that I just happen to love is there's a cop who's pregnant, and she's still the most competent cop in her precinct. Because I'm not here for the cops, as most of you who know this channel are aware of. But I just love that she was like, I'm going to shut it down. I don't care what I'm carrying or who I'm carrying. I've got a job to do. I live for it. I lived for her. And I feel like the trio of ladies who are with us at the end. I feel like those are some of my faves. And this movie seems to be like a cool little labor of love. It felt very much like a group of improv friends got together, which it might be. I don't do a lot of research, so I don't ruin things. I come in here wanting to make excuses. But I'll be Googling later, and I hope I'm right because I want them all to be friends. Yeah. Um, Another thing about this movie is it's not your 9 to 5, which I think a lot of people would want it to be because women in an office, obviously Dolly Parton, Lily Tomlin, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's not workaholics, but the DNA of both are in there, and I think that that is enough to keep a lot of us excited and to see where this goes. I just kind of live for dirty, dark French humor, apparently. I didn't know it's something I could ask for, but now that I know I can, I'm going to ask for more. So more, please. As somebody who recently got into the horror comedy train, because I am last but loud as usual, I'm very much aware that I am not the best reviewer for this, but I'm who we have because me and Trent are like all over Tribeca doing the things virtually. And so I just want to say it's going to hit different for those of you who love horror comedies. And so you're probably going to like it more than me because I had a good time and I'm having good thoughts. I feel, I don't know if they're coming across as good thoughts, but I swear they're in there. And so I want y'all to know that if you are a horror comedy person, like if you were like watching Mayhem and was like, I want less blood and more like snarky, dark humor, this is it. This is you. This is for you. Um, as far as my rating, it is a May.5. It's not a yay, it's not a nay. It's a May, but it's a strong May. Like it's like if we were doing stars, she'd be on the top half of the stars. And that's why I love that we have the May option because I cop out. But like this is a May.5. So if you've watched stuff that I've given a May to before on these, this is an enthusiastic meh. Meh. Yeah, an enthusiastic meh. I'm not living for it, but I didn't hate it. I don't know if I'll watch it again, but I have good thoughts and memories. And that's all we can ask for in this dumpster fire of a decade. Am I right? Let's hear it for the girls. And with that, I had no caffeine today, but here we are. Oh, with that, special thanks to our friends at Tribeca Film Fest 2022 for making this happen because we are a podcast that has no funding or support. And so the kindness of strangers is how we get through a lot of things. And without this kindness for these last 2 years, we would not be seeing Tribeca movies fresh out the gate, which is always a great time. If you happen to agree or disagree with this review, let us know in these comments. And by us, I mean Sir Trentington, because I'm going to go to have a drink and I'm going to go to sleep. That's the life I live. Thank y'all for watching. Have a great whatever day you see this on and whatever day I drop it on. Bye.